Chat. My mom sent me a photo of me in high school. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see a photo of me in high school when I was young? God, look how skinny I look. Here you go, chat. Let me see if I can do this. Can you see this? You look ready to be the next establishment lib. That's right. You look like a libertarian. Oh, no. Oh, no. What were all the comments? I didn't even see. You see like a Republican debate handy? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. You look like you supported Reagan. Staffer for Mayor Pete. That's a yearbook picture, chat. That's a yearbook picture. Of course, you look like a more conservative if you wear a suit. Thanks for showing your Photoshop photo of your youth. I don't know what... If it was... I don't know. I took the photo at a photo fucking place. What do you want from me? Meanwhile, what's going on in the U.S.?
And so do they feel powerless, or do people believe they can do something about it?
The good news is people think this is preventable. You get big majorities that say it can be stopped, it can be prevented, and it's not something that we have to accept. Now, there is a quarter who says that, unfortunately, this may be something that we have to accept in a free society.
Are a mass shooting something we can prevent and stop if we really tried? 72%. 28% of people are nihilistic freaks. No other society has mass shootings or gun deaths at the level we do. That's in the OCED. Americans are fucking brain dead. All right, let's keep going.
And I do want to point out some partisan difference here. There is bipartisan view that it can be prevented, but there are 4 in 10 Republicans who do say that it may be something we have to accept. And that partisan difference is going to cut through a lot of this, Margaret. Now, I do want to say that when we ask people why they think that the U.S. has so many unfortunate mass shootings, the availability of guns comes out as a top answer, but not the only answer. People point to things like...
We have more people with mental health issues than other countries? Americans... I mean... Americans are so fucking stupid. I mean, that's true. I guess it's true in the sense that we have so many people who think guns are the solution to guns.
Mental health issues, the influence of violence in the culture. So...
Hey, chat, do you... I mean, come on, man. Hikaru... American Super Grandmaster Hikaru, he tweeted out something. Hopefully one day common sense will prevail. Video game revenue, violent gun deaths. The idea that it's video game. Wait, you don't think the Japanese people are playing the same video games we are? You don't think that Koreans, Brits, Canadians are playing the same fucking video games? Germans are playing the same fucking video games. It has more racial division. In other words, that's Republicans saying it's the blacks' fault. That's what they're saying. They're literally blaming black people.
It is a range, and that is important. But I do want to look at this idea of the availability of guns, because the numbers who say that gun laws should generally become more strict is up in recent weeks. It's up since the tragedy.
60%. But for the Democrats, a 60% supermajority is not enough to act. You have to convince the 30% of people who think all Democrats should be put into camps in order to do anything.
In Buffalo to 60% now. And then when you look again at what people think is causing this and what might be a way forward, well, the number who think that the U.S. would be safer if fewer people had guns, it does outweigh the number who say that they think things would be safer if everyone or more people had guns. But this is a mix, and it comes back to this.
This is what Republicans successfully do. People think it doesn't matter for gun shootings if people have guns or not.
Larger idea that to solve a problem and prevent a problem.
Hey, Mike, I'm back to work for Pretz Leaf so I can watch your stream again while I work. Thanks to the tier 3, buddy. Appreciate that.
You first have to come to agreement on its causes, Margaret.
Americans are absolutely brain dead. Holy shit. Okay, that was really bad. Is it broadcasting? It's broadcasting, or is it the British Broadcast Corporation? Is it Broadcasting Corporation or Broadcast? I can't remember. BBC meaning. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, shit. That was a close one. Oh, my God. That was a close one. Holy shit. That was a close one. Woof. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oof. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Okay. It all worked out. It all worked out. Oh. Oh. Whew. Ah. Okay, I need to take a break. Before we play this, I'm gonna play you a video, okay? I'm gonna play some other video. I'm gonna stretch my legs. How about this? Biden did something right for a change. Be right back.
On Monday, the Biden administration announced several major steps forward for renewable energy here in the United States. Here's what they have decided to do. First and foremost, they're going to lift tariffs for 2 years, suspend those for the importation of panels and other equipment used to make renewable energy, basically renewable energy fields here in the United States. Solar panels, photovoltaic parts and all of that. I'm sorry, I don't know all the technical terms here. But anyway, they're going to suspend the tariffs for 2 years so that we can bring in more of this so that we can move to renewable energy. The second thing, the bigger part, is that they're also going to be invoking the Defense Production Act so that we can start making more of those things here in the United States. Here it is. Biden will invoke the Defense Production Act for solar panel parts like photovoltaic modules, module components, heat pumps, electrolyzers, fuel cells, and platinum group metals, as well as infrastructure for the power grid such as transformers and the like. That is a massively positive step. That is a good thing that this administration has decided to do. And as we always say here, give credit where credit is due. I have not been pleased with most of what we have seen from this Biden administration because we haven't seen enough, but this is a huge leap forward. Not even a step forward. This is a huge leap forward. This is our federal government finally getting behind renewable energy, and Biden deserves a hell of a lot of credit for this. They have set a goal of 100% renewable energy here in the United States by the year 2035. The only way we're going to even get close to that goal is by doing things like what this administration is doing right now. Now, the other part of it too, we got to cut back on the fossil fuels. We cannot keep expanding drilling. We cannot keep leasing new areas for drilling, which this administration has done. That's a bad thing. That's something we have called them out for. But this could put an end to that to a degree. So this is the kind of thing we do need to be championing. This is the kind of thing that we do need to be heaping praise on them for doing, because this is a way to help catch the United States up with the rest of the frickin' planet who has grown leaps and bounds in the renewable energy field, while the United States continues to look to those same fuels that we've been using for a couple hundred years here in this country. Defense Production Act.
And by the way, chat, is this not something I've been talking about? I saw this as a problem months and months ago. We highlighted it. We talked about it. I was very pissed off. It was one of my rants about the Biden administration. What the fuck are they doing? We've been taught. This isn't a new story. This is an old story, which is why I wanted to bring it up, because Biden actually saw the criticism and he's changing his policy. And the criticism was some of these solar panels might be being made in Vietnam. Oh no. My personal opinion is this. Do I prefer that solar panels be made in the United States with union labor? Of course I do. But when the choice is between no solar panels or we buy solar panels on the global market like we do for every other fucking piece of plastic crap, I want solar panels to be treated the same as any other product. It makes no fucking sense to prevent Americans from getting access to cheap solar panels made abroad. And like, that is absolutely dumb as fuck. If we're going to import Chinese crap, then we should import solar panels. We talk about solar I got in the news, baby? Yeah.
So this is the kind of thing we do need to be championing. This is the kind of thing that we do need to be heaping praise on them for doing, because this is a way to help catch the United States up with the rest of the frickin' planet who has grown leaps and bounds in the renewable energy field, while the United States continues to look to those same fuels that we've been using for a couple hundred years here in this country. We are living in the past, quite literally, as everybody else continues to move forward, some faster than others. There was no reason for us to lag this far behind other than the interests of the fossil fuel industry paying politicians off so that we didn't have forward momentum on the issue of climate change and renewable energy. Biden is working to fix that.
Fuck the creation of goods to make them. What will this shit be operated by? Well, they're just solar panels that you can buy. So whoever is buying them is whoever's buying them. So that's going to be a lot of individuals. If you have a co-op, you could do a solar co-op. You could set all sorts of other stuff up. You know, this is just having the panels themselves be as cheap as possible. Whoever operates them depends on who is buying them and who is being financed to buy them. I would love to see government-run solar installations, personally. But that's what that's for. My company started engineering compliant solar panels compared to our Shenzhen-made panels for Q3, Q4. Most of our panels are from Mexico, Vietnam, and Taiwan. Yeah. These are all panels, chat. These are commercial and residential panels.
Now, he hasn't made a bunch of positive steps with environmental issues and renewable energy. He has taken us backwards in some degree, but this one moves us forward, and that is a good thing.
This is Hattie.
The Jack Miller Center describes itself as a nonpartisan, nonprofit, private operating foundation dedicated to enriching education. It's also been described as part of the right-wing movement to fund professors and research to advance the conservative movement. A study by the Center for Public Integrity found that the JMC used its funds, including money for the Koch brothers, to help bankroll academic programs that reinvigorate the teaching of America's founding principles history at 45 institutes of higher education, from Harvard University to American to the University of California, Los Angeles. It was founded by millionaire Jack Miller after first collaborating with the 55-year-old Intercollegiate Studies Institute, which promotes conservative thought on campus. So in other words, that guy we watched on PragerU is literally funded by the Koch brothers. I looked at a house with solar, but didn't buy it because the lease increased every year on the panels for like 20 years. It would have been almost half the mortgage payment toward the end. Hopefully this buying program can bring down prices. That sounds like they didn't buy the panels. It sounds like they had some sort of terrible leasing program for solar. Don't do that. Don't do that. Buy your own panels. Don't go into one of those leasing companies that like own the panels on your roof. That shit sucks. Whoever did that got fucked by one of those predatory solar companies. Exactly. Fuck that shit. Just because something is solar doesn't mean it's necessarily good. There's like predatory schemes out there. But panels, personally, if I were to build a house, I would build myself either like, going in there with like a net zero mentality. I'd be looking for, geothermal heating and cooling. I'd be looking for, solar panels. I'd be looking for an electrified home, I would just have something where I could be as self-sufficient as possible. Get my heating and cooling costs down. What, because you don't want an external, you don't want like a fucking, a standard forced air conditioner. That shit is extremely inefficient. I'd be building, for complete self-sufficiency as much as possible as far as on energy and heating and cooling. In Wisconsin, the excess energy you get off solar, you basically have to sell back to We Energy, so that they charge around 3x markup when they sell it to customers. Personally, I would get a battery. I would get a battery backup, charge my car, get an electric car, charge the car. That would be my personal little millennial never gonna happen fantasy. And then, if your battery's fully charged and all the electricity you're using is used, then sell it back, I guess, as an excess. Because you want to have a grid connection in case, just as another system to back up what you have. But batteries are expensive, doesn't always make sense. Yeah, but Americans, like, grid systems suck shit, so it's not reliable. So, like, having a battery backup is also, like, good for just not ever losing power. Electricity companies in California are charging solar users who are producing power to the grid.
There's a fight brewing in California over incentives to go solar. Here's the deal. Power companies want to roll back homeowner subsidies so utilities can spend more to upgrade the grid. Environmental groups are split on this. Some worry what this might mean for the state's ambitious climate goals. Raquel Maria Dillon from member station KQED reports.
For Luverta Cooper, a retired accountant in Richmond, California, installing solar panels, a battery, and a heat pump last year was a major investment.
Damn, that sounds based. So this person is wants to make themselves completely, as I said, exactly what I want to do, you know? If you have a heat pump, you know, solar panels, battery, you're completely immune from all price increases on energy. Or you're damn near close to it. And then whatever you consume, you know, there's a utility cost for what you're now offsetting that you would have spent had you not done that. And that's thousands a year.
It costs, what, about $43,000? 40,000? Okay, so somewhere in there. More than we were expecting.
That's her daughter, Veronica Young, chiming in.
We've always had crazy high electric and gas bills, so we use some of her retirement to essentially eliminate the worry about unpredictable energy bills.
Utility bills used to run up to $500. Now that the home is all electric, it's $5 a month.
Wow. They're saving $4.95 a month? My God. That's based. So that's basically, they're basically making $500 a month.
DSA.
So their payback period is only 6.5 years, roughly. Six and 2/3, rather. 6 and 2/3. That's insane. All right, that means the investment will pay off in about 11 years. I guess they're paying interest. They're assuming interest. Like, I mean, 40,000 divided by 500 is 80. Divide that by 12, that's 6.6. I don't know where they're getting 11 years from. Am I stupid? You can't assume electric bills are 500 a month. Sometimes they run that high. Okay, you're right. You're right. That's probably what the gap is.
And the Coopers are selling the power they generate back to the utility. That means the investment will pay off in about 11 years. But when the Coopers pay less for power, that means their neighbors pay more, says Mark.
What? Yes. When you produce more electricity, that means your neighbors are having to pay more. Bullshit. All right, I can't wait to hear this.
Tony, executive director of the Utility Reform Network, a utility watchdog.
It's the other electrical customers who pay the subsidies. The subsidies do not come from the utility companies. It comes from utility customers.
For once, TURN has found itself agreeing with the state's investor-owned utilities. But its argument is about equity. Tony says the people with the means to invest in rooftop solar don't look like most Californians.
And here you go, chat. This is called woke capitalism. They're going to use arguments for social justice against actual concrete reform of the system. Obviously, this lady can't change the entire electrical grid. And yes, she obviously is a retired accountant. She's probably upper middle class, right? And she's going to be wealthier than 90% of Californians. Probably true, right? Or 85%, somewhere around that. Equity is when people are running off rooftop solar, it means there's not fucking coal plants or gas plants spewing pollution over everybody to breathe. How's that for equity, dipshit? This is some dumbass motherfucking bullshit. Fuck you. Tax them. If by the way, if she's making money, if she's rich and she has high income, tax her income and do redistribution. Don't say, no, we don't want rooftop solar because this, if you look at it through this slanted lens, this one specific thing is poor people subsidizing rich people. Fuck you. No, it's not. It's subsidizing solar panels. And shock of shocks, the people that could afford to buy things are richer. No shit. If you subsidize buying a thing, then the people that are going to buy more things are the people with more money. That's how it works. That means it's working. Wow, this is fucking stupid. I hate this guy already. I despise this piece of shit.
They are wider and have higher incomes than the average California demographic.
Tony says people with rooftop solar should pay their fair share. Meanwhile, utilities argue they need that extra money to maintain infrastructure, build new, greener power plants, and bury power lines so they don't start wildfires. The debate has laid bare two competing visions for what solar power should look like. Utilities want large-scale arrays developed out in the desert and built by union labor. Solar installers want a distributed model, small arrays on rooftops across the state. That's the goal at A1 Sun, a family-owned solar installer in Berkeley. Project manager Ben Justino believes the Public Utilities Commission isn't looking out for ratepayers because it's too close to the investor-owned utilities they regulate.
The main gist behind what they're trying to do is to pull the rug out from under competition so they can maintain monopoly.
Justino says the proposed changes to subsidies would cost a dozen jobs here and thousands more statewide. Utilities say larger arrays would create...
So in other words, the utilities want to have big centralized solar installations where they can make money controlling renewable energy, as opposed to having you have it on your roof so you produce your own power. They want to make it much more expensive for you to own your own electricity generation so that they could charge you more money in the long run. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to be like, oh, we don't like the solar thing. It's putting hands of the power... It's putting electricity generation out of our control, which means I can't suck money from people. Incredible.
Union jobs. But Justino worries fewer people will go solar if it doesn't pay off.
Your return on investment goes from 5 to 10 years to up to 30 years.
Attorney Katie Ramsey with the Sierra Club supports keeping the subsidies but tweaking them to help utilities upgrade the grid and shift to cleaner energy.
It is going to be a tall order to build out all
So Sierra Club person is probably the person who wants the actual transition, and she says, keep the subsidies, you stupid fuck.
Resources we need to hit our climate targets. California needs a thriving rooftop solar industry.
Ramsey says even if they need some changes now, the current subsidies got California's solar capacity to where it is today, a national model for greening the grid. For NPR News, I'm Raquel Maria Dillon in Berkeley.
Wow, I really don't like this turn guy, to be honest with you. I that's some dumbass fucking shit right there. That's some dumbass shit.
And
that's
now,
where you get social justice into makes you stupid. That's a social justice dipshit. Oh, you know, if you subsidize solar panels, you're subsidizing richer people than the average. No fucking shit, idiot. If you subsidize anything, you are subsidizing stuff for people who have more money, because the bottom has literally no money. You can make the solar panels $100 and a poor person won't be able to buy them because they have zero fucking dollars in their pocket. No shit, dummy. Utilities should be publicly owned. I agree. But I also think that solar is a specific situation, especially in California, where if somebody wants to buy their own power generation, they should. We should encourage that. Can't cancel student debt because it'll help people that are richer. Yes, people that go to college make more money than the average person. No fucking shit. It doesn't mean student debt is good. Are you watching the stream unsubbed? You're making income inequality worse. You are doing anti-praxis. We are the only Twitch stream that will not accept scam advertisers, and I will never fuck you over by selling you crap.